What's going on, everybody? This is the Board Chair, and we are back with another episode in our Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin PvP build series. I bring you the Iron Horse. This is the Iron Horse. The reason I'm calling it that is primarily because of the Minotaur helm. Now, I know Minotaurs are historically, at least in Greek mythology, a type of bull. But this helm really doesn't look as much like a bull as it does a horse. I mean, I know the horns make it look more like a bull, but if you chop the horns off, it's pretty much a horse head. So that's where the name Iron Horse comes from. Plus, everything I'm wearing is heavy duty, cold plate iron steel, as you can see. So that's the origin of the name. Pretty cool name, I like it. Kind of clicks, the Iron Horse. Strength build, hits hard, unforgiving, and very versatile. This is a strength build, and I know it's like the second or third strength build that I have on the channel, but I love strength builds, and I really wanted to do something with this Minotaur helm just because I love the way it looks, and it took me forever to farm for it. You farm it in the second DLC fighting the giant smelter warriors, which are the guys with no heads and the massive chicken wing mallet club things that like bash your face in one or two hits. Yeah, I had to farm for this for like 3 hours. Finally got one. I also got 3 chicken wings in the process, which I'm going to use that in another build video in the future. But anyway, enough about why I chose it and what the name is. Let's get into the loadout and show you what the meat and potatoes of this build is. Starting out with our red iron twin blade or the wind blade plus 10. This is a strength build. That's the reason behind all the weapons and why I chose them. The wind blade hits like a fucking truck. Look at that physical damage. You're looking at 526 if I did the math correctly. Yeah, 526. It's a lot of damage, and that's just one hit. This thing hits fast and hard. Especially with its twin blade like movesets, you can shred people in 2 to 3 hits. Excellent weapon. It's probably one of my favorite in the entire game. It is considered a meta weapon, and some people think it's boring to use, but I actually haven't been using it that much, and I've been loving it since I've been using it again. I've been shredding everyone I've been coming across. Moving on to probably one of my other favorite weapons in the game, the Butcher's Knife plus 5. Strength weapon hitting for just shy of 500. You can call it 500 to round it off. It's like 4 points shy. Amazing weapon. Moves fast. Can be parried pretty easily. But if you're a good player, you'll work around someone who's trying to spam parries. And it also has unique jump attacks. Also the classic two-handed butcher chop, which is always fun to land. And then this is the one oddball weapon here, the what am I doing here? The Bloodied Whip plus 10. A D scaling in strength, so not the greatest. But we do have a C scaling in dex, and my dex is decently high. So this thing hits for 367. One of the hardest hitting whips in the game, along with the old whip. And I wanted to use a whip just because its moveset varies drastically from the first 2 weapons, and I believe in a good PvP build you have variety, so your opponent doesn't get used to the same thing, and it makes it harder for them to adapt. Next, we have the Drakekeeper Shield plus 10. 100% physical resistance, always key. And all the elemental stats across the board are extremely high, except for Dark Defense. But even that is just over 60, which is pretty good. The reason I'm not using like a Drakekeeper or Hovels is because of the weight. This is the best compromise between weight and defense, and I do love the way it looks. It looks pretty good. It goes along with the build. And then just a little fun I threw in here: the Mundane Avalon plus 10. Hits for 155 or so, 150 damage, which isn't a ton, but it hits 3 times. So you take 155 and you multiply it by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 450, 460 damage. If they have no dark defense, it's just going to annihilate them. So this thing hits for 450, 500 damage on people sometimes, which is enough to do half their health, if not more. I've hit people directly with this and it's done 3/4 of the health. I move in with the swing for the butcher blade and they're done. It also gets those people who are trying to get off, healing spells or miracles, cast soul masses and do all types of slow casting. People that try to get off fire tempests, things like that. So that is the weaponry. Let's move on to the rings. This is where it took me some time to farm. This is why this build has taken a little while to get out. Royal Soldier's Ring +2. I'll have a video up on how I got, or no, not this one, it's the Ring of Blades. But Royal Soldier's Ring +2, you have to kill Velstead NG+ to get this. This makes it so you can carry a shit ton. That's basically why I have it, because without it, I'm super overweight, because everything that I'm carrying weighs a ton. Ring of Blades +2, this is the ring that I'll have a video up on how I got it. You basically beat dual pursuers in the Dranglet Castle near the first bonfire, NG+. It's kind of a pain to get, but it does boost damage through the roof, so it's a necessity. And then there's Chloranthy +2, which you get from killing Skeleton Lords, NG+. Super stamina regen, as always. And then third Dragon Ring, this ring does not come +1 or +2 or +3, so we just stick with it because it does increase our weight, holding capacity, and it boosts our stats and our overall health too. So that helps there. And this is the bread and butter of the build. This is my favorite part, the fashion. But this is fashion that holds its own. We got the Minotaur Helm +5, the Alone Captain Armor +10, Engraved Gauntlets +5, and the Drakekeeper Boots +10. The main purpose behind this one, the helm, this one, the armor, and this piece here, the boots, is physical defense and fashion, especially the helm and the Alone Captain Armor. I love the huge shoulder plates it has, and then of course the Minotaur Helm. Who doesn't love the way that thing looks? And then my Engraved Gauntlets, they really don't need any introduction. I use them on a ton of builds just because who doesn't love crit hits? You know how many times I've hit someone and it's done 300 damage, and then you hit him with a crit and it does 1,000 damage, and it's just like, holy shit, I didn't think I'd ever hit that hard. Well, yeah, Engraved Gauntlets have won me plenty of fights just because of that extra damage boost. So that is the loadout. Also down here we're going to be using pine resin and throwing knives periodically just to mix it up. That really ain't part of the build, ain't necessary. And then obviously our ammo for our Avalon dark bolts. But anyway, that is the loadout. Let's get in the arena and see who we can fuck up with our Iron Horse. We're gonna give him the horns. We're gonna give him the horns. The Alone Captain Armor is actually, I found out from the wiki that it has the highest fire defense out of any armor in the entire game, including smelters, I believe. And I was shocked. But of course, if you know where all the Alone Knights are, they're always in Iron Keep, so I guess it makes sense. It just seemed that smelters would have a higher fire defense just because it's Smelter Demon. But, I mean, he sets himself on fire, but whatever, I guess. I mean, fully upgraded too, it does have like 350 physical. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what's up. What is this guy trying to do? That ain't gonna work, man. I'm not a fucking retard. Like, he's just trying to go Zwee beat. This ain't gonna work. Take a throwing knife. Or an Avalon. Let's see if we can get him with the back step. Gotta be careful there. He could go for the backstab. Now, I heard the crit go off there, but of course it doesn't register. Oh, poke for victory. Get fucked. Probably one of my favorite jesters right there. You're welcome. Give me that cracked red eye orb. The cracked red eye orbs, they don't seem like much, but they come in handy when you want to start doing a lot of invasions, so you don't have to buy them or farm for them. One thing I'm going to attempt to do, I believe, obviously not on recording because it would take forever, but is rank up to rank 3 in the Brotherhood of Blood Covenant. But you have to gain 500 points in the Covenant, which means you're killing people in either arenas or when you invade somebody using a red eye orb, you have to kill their blue summon. And every time you successfully win, you get 2 points. But if you lose in the arena, 2 points get taken away. And if you lose while you're invading, the points don't get taken away. So it would seem like the safer way would be to go with invading, but like it's not always that you know, people have blue summons with them. What? What is that? Come on. What is he wants to go? He wants to go? Fuck that ice rapier. Two of the weapons in this game that I hate the most. Ice rapier and Ivory King greatsword. OP as fuck. I fought that guy earlier before I started recording, and he fucked me up like royally, like just fucking turned me around and fucking shoved his sword right up my ass and out my fucking mouth. So it's good to get a little revenge there. There was also this guy that I fought earlier, and you know, I wish I was recording some of these times because, like, of course the most epic fights happen off camera, right? While I was putting the build together and testing, that's like when all the good shit happens. But this dude comes in and he's like, I'm Parry God, Mr. fucking Parry the World. You can't touch me. He comes in with fucking Shadow Dagger and Monsim, I believe. It was either Monsim. I think he had like a Monsim and a parry dagger. Like, he was just going like all out parry. And he comes up to me with like Shadow Set, Monsim, and probably a jacked up Shadow Dagger. Which, if you don't know what that means, it means like, oh, I'm gonna parry you and hit you for so much critical damage you won't remember your name. And they basically one-shot you. So he fucking goes to parry, he misses. I hit him 3 times with my fucking weapon here, and he's just done. No, I gotta be careful here. But anyway, that parry guy felt so fucking good to just wreck him. Alright, so this is Mr. fucking Fireswee here. Oh! Spin to fucking win. Watch out, fucker. The fucking Iron Horse is coming. I believe Iron Horse was also the nickname for, like, steam trains, but... I mean, if it is, that's perfect description. I'm a fucking steam train. Get out of the way. You're gonna get smashed. Alright, so that's 3 victories with just the Windblade. Now, you may be thinking, like, why aren't you using the other stuff? I just wanted to display there how fucking OP that shit is. Now, we will switch it up. we'll start the fight off with our Windblade, and then we'll move into to the butcher knife and maybe even the whip. The whip isn't a main weapon. Like, I don't run into fights just trying to use the whip. That's kind of like a last resort, or if like they're really good at countering my Windblade and my butcher knife, I pull the whip out, because the whip's got a nice running attack where you run and it just spins and fucking wrecks whatever it hits. Especially people with low defense. Huh, this guy again. I love people that don't lock on and they walk around in circles like they're fucking cheeky as fuck. Yeah, butcher knife time, bro. Let's go. Aggressive as fuck. We're gonna get on his ass. Ah. Fucking lag backstab. Not much you can do about those. That's one element of PvPing, dueling, whatever you want to call it, that is like impossible to control. I mean, it just depends on your connection and their connection. And you could both have great connections, but sometimes connections just take a shit, and you know, you're fucking, all of a sudden you got lag stabbed from across the map. But I mean, decent fight. He got a good swing or two on me there that I should have clearly dodge rolled, but the butcher knife hits for some pretty hard damage against him. He seems like he has a decent physical defense. He looks like he's wearing cyan armor or something like that, which is pretty heavy defense. The Windblade is the best for cutting through heavy defense, so if you're going up against a Hovel Mage, I'd probably stick to the Windblade and maybe the Avalon. But it's really your playstyle. I'm probably the best with Butcher's Knife and Windblade. Back when I played on the 360, Xbox 360 that is, I used to use the Windblade all the time. That was back in the era of fucking Hovel Mages. Come on, you gonna parry me? He's gonna parry me. There we go. Keep fucking doing that. There we go. You fuck right off with your parries and your little bullshit weapons. Fucking Iron Horse doesn't fuck around. I love that name, Iron Horse. The Iron Horse. Bam, right in your face. No bullshit, fucking aggressive as fuck. All those mages and casters and miracle fucking builds, all their OP sacred oaths and lightning storms. Nah, we don't play that. We're gonna get right up in your face and make you eat cold steel. Don't get me wrong, I like doing an occasional sorcery, miracle, or hex build. They're pretty fun. It's fun to use OP spells once in a while. The overarching joke is that for any Dark Souls veterans, or even new players, that Dark Souls doesn't have an easy, hard veteran, you know, like most games do. So if you wanna play this game on easy mode, you basically build an OP sorcery build, and then you run through the game like one-shotting everything. Alright, yeah, this is the same guy. He's gotten a little wiser. There we go. You don't win in the trade. And here comes the whip. Can't parry the whip, bro. That was my bad. Let's see if we can't pull this one off. Ah. A little too slow with the second move. Because I believe that's a poke and then a swing to the right. I was hoping to catch... You know, he dodged the poke and come in and catch the swing. That would have been enough to kill him, I believe. But, not bad. Not bad. Again, my bad for being scrubby there. Clearly, you know, my build versus his. I believe mine is superior just because in the trade he loses like 9 times out of 10. His armor was vastly inferior. His only advantages were he might be a good parrier. And his weapons seemed really quick, so he could get sort of a stun lock on me, which the one point in that fight there he got 3 or 4 consecutive hits, which probably ended up sealing the deal. All right, let's kick things off with our wind blade. I kind of want to fight on the bridge with this thing. Earlier I was testing this build with the giant axe that I used in the Turtle Drake build that I made, and I fucking golf clubbed the shit out of somebody right off the edge of the bridge. It was like, see ya. It's hilarious though. One thing I noticed is these arenas have gotten a little more honorable. People like bow all the time now. Ah. Fucking lag backstab. That's why I love the Turtle Drake too. Like, you can't get lag backstabbed. I mean, if you're looking for one way to prevent lag backstabs, which are really uncontrollable, like I said, fucking throw on that Turtle Drake set. Or not Turtle Drake set, but the Turtle armor, the Ironclad armor. Or Jesters, I believe, nullifies criticals too. Although the one reason I don't use Jesters to nullify criticals is because one time I did see someone get riposted wearing Gestures, and ever since then I haven't trusted the set. Ironclad, I know you can. I've never seen it happen. You might be able to get like parried, but I know you can't get backstabbed, and I can avoid getting parried. Like, if I get parried, that's my bad. But like backstabs sometimes are like uncontrollable. I'm having fun with this build though. I like the fashion of it, probably the most, and then obviously the heavy hitting. There you go. There you go. Come on up. Alright, bro. Come on, we done playing around here. Man, these lag backstabs today, they're just pro. Oh. That guy got fucking lucky. See if we can finish him off. There we go. Down to the wire. What? Come on. That was a good fight too. That was I don't know. I don't think you deserve that one, sir. But that is Dark Souls. That happens. So if there was no lag stab there, I probably could have got him, because one little tick with this thing, would have finished him off. Let's see if we can't finish this video off on a win here, and then we'll wrap it up. And that'll be it for the Iron Horse showcase here. I've been trying to come up with unique names as well. Now, there's paladins, warriors, mages, things like that, and I could call it that, but I figure, like, why not call it the Iron Horse, you know what I mean? Unique name. I've never seen a build called the Iron Horse, and I've watched plenty of PvP builds on YouTube, just because, I don't know, I like PvP. It's strategy, it's customization, all the things that I like in a game. The Turtle Drake, that's also another unique name. Figured Archdrake, Turtle Armor, Turtle Drake, perfect. Got a nice ring to it, and you know, it's unique to my channel, hopefully. That's another thing. This guy's gonna parry the world. Yep, parry the world. Alright. Of course, I don't get the stab there. He's gonna go for the parry. Ah. Fucking A. Parry the world. That's the one thing about the butcher knife that is troublesome sometimes. Very easy to parry. I probably should have tried to get a better angle on him before I swung. I had a feeling he was going to parry. And he did. And he's using the wind blade, which we all know hits for stupid amounts of damage. Alright, regardless on win or lose here, we'll wrap it up after this one. Don't want it to be too long. Let's start out with... We'll start out with the bread and butter. And if we need to, we'll switch over to other weapons. Oh, same guy. I like your wind blade. Fuck him. Fuck him. Although he might have that thing resonant weapon, which, if that's resonant weaponed, then it's hitting for way more than mine is. It could be dark weapon, or it could be dark pine resin. But regardless, red iron wind blade is OP as fuck. So, that's gonna be it for this one. This is the Iron Horse build. Fashion and power all in one. Unique. And very, very effective, as you can see and not see. Depends how good you are with the weapons, how comfortable you are with it, and if you like strength builds or not. Me, personally, I'm a fan of strength builds. Always loved them. Just because, who doesn't like to hit like a fucking truck? So, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Plenty more to come in the future. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.